I'm recording this.
Scoop Jackson on Floyd Money Mayweather. TBE, the best ever. At 50-0, he says he's calling it quits. Some thoughts on Floyd now as we continue. Here just outside T-Mobile Arena, Chael Sonnen, Teddy Atlas, Stephen A. Smith. I'm Steve Levy. People hold it against Floyd Mayweather, Stephen A., that he's not a thrilling fighter, not a knockout artist, not exciting, although I thought tonight was exciting.
It is on Facebook.
I've never had a problem with that. His job in the ring is to win,
FaceTime.
and that's all he's ever done. He's never lost.
Well, I never had a problem with it either, but it's for a different reason.
Okay,
When he was a featherweight,
so
when
you
he was
got
a
that.
lightweight,
You
had
like
his
that.
share of
Right on
knockouts.
recording.
Obviously, as he moved up, that wasn't the case.
I got a lot of
What he
record.
did was
Wow,
market
who does
himself
that?
in such a way
I'm not.
that
Why
it
you
made
tell me
pay
I'm
him.
online?
And more
Maybe you get up,
importantly,
you'll
it
see.
made opposing fighters want to
No?
beat him
You
that
said
bad.
that.
I said I
What
posted
he
this on
did to
Facebook. You
market
stupid.
himself and position himself to make the exorbitant amount of money, that's not comparable to any other boxer in history, was he had guys coming into the ring and he had you paying to see him lose. Now, we've seen it before. Some people, Ali did it majestically and along with others. But in the end, nobody ever did it quite like Floyd, because Floyd is a defensively brilliant fighter who was devoid of that one-punch knockout power that Tommy Hitman Hearns. In some cases, multiple punching power, because Sugar Ray Leonard could take you out, even though it wasn't necessarily with one punch. But in the end, when I remember him going up against Canelo Alvarez, who I think is a monster, when I saw him going up against Manny Pacquiao and the speed that Pacquiao had at his disposal, the lesser fighters as well, what you were anticipating in some cases for other people, actually hoping for, was that those guys are going to be able, they're going to be good enough to take him out. And every time in the ring, whether his hands were hurt or not, whether his offense was great or not, somehow, some way, he always ended up better than you and walking away with his money, not because he won, but because somebody else could not beat him. There's a difference.
Defense wins championships. Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, I mean, they talk about that in football all the time. They talk about that in most sports. That what you just said, your exact words. Defense wins championships. And defense keeps you around till you're 40 years old. Keeps you longevity. Allows you to still look pretty. Allows you to pronounce your words properly. And I'm going to make sure that I'm not told to rap. So I'm done.
Steve, I want to jump in on one thing, because people do keep saying, and we're guilty of it here at ESPN, we keep saying Floyd's the greatest defensive fighter of all time. Look, Floyd's the greatest fighter of all time. We got to just take that out. The guy's 50-0. He's earned that. And frankly, tonight adds to it. There was a little bit of talk the other day about, does this one count? Yes, this one does count. I think that it's hindsight. We all needed to see the fight. This one does count. He took on a street fighter tonight. This is a dance out there. And if your partner doesn't allow you to lead, you have a problem. Floyd could never get his bearing. I mean, it took him a long time. I'm not sure he ever got it. He finally turned into a street fighter himself and got the referee involved. I'm not sure he ever became Pretty Boy Floyd out there tonight, or Money Mayweather. He found himself in a dog fight. That fight counts. He's 50-0.
Well, he says it counts. You said earlier.
I said no.
You stay stuck on 49-0.
I'm stuck on 49, but it's for this reason, Chael, and I'm very, very serious about this. I'm not trying to take anything away from Floyd. I'm certainly not trying to take anything from Conor McGregor tonight. And if you're going retroactively and you're engaging in revisionist history, and you're saying, okay, based on what we saw tonight, I can certainly appreciate and respect that point. My biggest thing is this: I'm not a professional basketball player. I don't get to walk in the ring. I don't get to walk in the basketball court against LeBron James, Kevin Durant for a title on the line. I don't get to do that. You understand? You're a baseball player in the minor leagues. You're a baseball player in Japan. You don't get to just walk into Major League Baseball. There's a process, and when you are a champion, there are levels that you should have to go through, and you usually have to go through, historically have to go through, before you get to that point. Now, I understand that the fight happened, and I'm certainly not trying to act like it didn't, or that Conor McGregor didn't make a respectable showing for himself or what have you. I'm simply saying I'm going to give credit to the sport of boxing by recognizing there's a whole bunch of lions out there, young and old, who paid their dues and have records to show it, that deserve to be in a ring against a champion, as opposed to someone who's never boxed before in his career. And I can't count that as a victory. I can say it wasn't a defeat, but I can't count it as a boxing victory the way other people could. I can't do it.
That Floyd should have fought one of those other guys you speak of for win number 50.
For 50
and 0 or 49 and 0 in an exhibition.
Look, we know he's 50 and 0. We understand that's not going to be contested.
Right.
That's not going to
No,
be
but in your mind, in your opinion.